In this video, I take a short trip from Saigon to a very different vibe in nearby Vung Tau.
Completely different world, completely different culture.
I not only see the sights,
The postcard version of Vung Tau.
but also have seafood by the seashore during the sunset.
Like the setting here at the restaurant, this dish is quite theatrical. I am in Ho Chi Minh City at the Bac Dang Wharf, and I am waiting for the ferry which will take me to Vung Tau. So the ferry service is called Green Lines. The ticket was $10. The ride takes about 2 hours. The ferry goes down the Saigon River, out into the East Vietnam Sea, and then over to the ferry terminal in Vung Tau. All right.
Number one.
After a 10-minute and $5 cab ride from the ferry terminal, I've arrived at my hotel, the Anada Beach Hotel. I got it off of agoda.com for 500 and something thousand VND, about $25 or $30 per night. And I thought it was going to be right on the beach, but like a lot of beachfront hotels and restaurants, the marketing photos are taken from both a high vantage point and a low angle relative to the window. So the photo is done something like this, you know, where you think the property is right at the beach. The photo obscures the industrial blight and the beach boulevard, separating the hotel property from the actual water. But I'm happy with what I've got. I'm effectively at the beach.
So I would say Vung Tau is to Saigon as Rosarito or Ensenada are to Los Angeles or San Diego. It's about the getaway. You're in a completely different world and a completely different culture where the vibe is slower, it's a lot quieter, and the culture is altogether different. Yet you're only a few hours away from the city that you just left. Even if the beaches are not picture perfect and pretty, and the place is a little rough around the edges, the beach is not that clean, let me put it that way. So I'm gonna have a look at the other beaches and see if they look a little more swimmable. There is a lot of garbage here on the beach. I'm not quite ready to go in this water. I just got this sporty Honda Vision motorbike from the hotel for 150,000 VND per day, or about $6 US. So now I can go and check out some of the other beaches. I'm gonna go to Front Beach and see if it's a little more pleasant, a little more suitable for swimming than this one was. In the meantime, I'll get some drone shots of the scenery and I will see you at the beach. I'm probably gonna need this. I have found Front Beach, and it is apparently the place that people like to swim because there are many people swimming. Although it looks a little more like they're bathing than swimming. There are many people sort of bobbing up and down in the water. Anyway, it looks popular, but I wouldn't really call it a beach in the traditional sense. There's a very narrow strip of sand, and it's more of like a harbor or a bay with several dozen fishing boats. But you can see just how many people there are in the water, and it is a weekday afternoon. And it's not a weekend, so very, very popular. I took a quick dip in the water here, and I realized what looks so strange about all the people bobbing up and down. Apparently here it's a thing to grab onto a buoy or wear a life preserver or a life preserver-like waistband apparatus so you can just bob up and down in the water. Another phenomena that I was told about is that many people here like to go into the water fully clothed. Vietnamese people do not like the sun very much, and so there were some people in the water not only with pants and a blouse, but also a big sun hat and a face mask. So yeah, that is Front Beach. I'll have the grilled squid with salt and chili.
You want spicy or not spicy?
Spicy. I'm having dinner at Vung Tau 2 near Front Beach, and it is a rather theatrical setting. Just after the sun has set, it is really gorgeous out here. Golden hour, the effect after the sunset has this like Jesus beam-like effect because of a cloud that's in the way of the sunset. Here are my grilled squid with salt and chili. It's good, just the right mix of chewy and crunchy. Like the setting here at the restaurant, this dish is quite theatrical. I think I meant to use the rice paper to make a kind of roll. Rice noodles, fresh herbs, vegetables, chili peppers, and of course, sea bass. I don't think this was meant for one person. This is like for a table of 5. Way back to my hotel, I saw this event, I guess you would call it. People hanging out on the beach, having some dinner, chilling out, taking a stroll. I'm up very early in Vung Tau for day 2. It is not yet 6 o'clock. But there's quite a scene out here. Wow, I didn't realize how many people were out here on the beach until I flipped the camera around. Vung Tau reminds me of Da Nang. In Da Nang, I got up at 4:30 and found the beach like this. I mean, this is 5:58 in the morning, and the beach is already crowded with people. Yeah, it's going off here on the beach at 6 o'clock in the morning in Vung Tau. And it is a weekday. So I am perplexed. I am very perplexed. Oh, here, I wondered what these women were up to. It looked like some kind of salsa dancing. Having fun? Mountain biking on a motor scooter. So that was an adventure. I don't think that was intended as a motorbike path, but apparently it's being used as one. In order to get up to the base of this Jesus statue, I followed Google Maps, and it indicated that there was some kind of road here that I could drive right up to the base of this statue. And when I pulled up to this plaza at the footing of the stairs, there were people kind of shocked and in awe and laughing at me on the motorbike that I came up, basically a hiking trail on the motorbike. Apparently I am the only asshole parking a motorbike up here. This statue is 105 feet tall, and it is the tallest statue of Jesus in Asia, second in height only to the Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro. This is rather interesting. Right next to Jesus, there's a very large cannon. Nothing like a little military weaponry to go with your religion, huh? Very, very steep set of stairs. The stairway to heaven, I guess you would say. Look at that drop. A little bit of claustrophobia in here. Whoa. So this is pretty cool. If you're coming to Vung Tau and you don't ascend Jesus for this vantage point, you're missing out. I'd have to say, you're really missing out. It is majestic. It is the postcard version of Vung Tau. All right, 15,000 VND. I'm headed to Bac Din, or La Villa Blanche, or the White Palace, which was a French governor's mansion back in the late 1800s. It was 15,000 VND for the ticket, 5,000 VND for motorbike parking, less than $1. There is your White Palace. This being southern Vietnam, there's always some French architecture laying around. Although my guess is that it was not actually built by the French, just designed by the French. Kind of like Apple products, you know, designed in Cupertino, California, but built in China. Same principle. Designed by the French, built by the Vietnamese.
An interesting fact about this place, it was used as a prison for a former emperor beginning in 1907 for 10 years.
And after all, what is a prison without a set of white ivory elephant tusks? Quite the prison cell, if you ask me. I'm getting really good at doing handstands. Actually, I'm not. I'm at the upside down house. Even in the upside down house, like all houses in Asia, we must take off our shoes. So this is a themed coffee shop where things, as you can see, are upside down. Upside down bedroom, sideways room. Looks like a music video set. Here's the upside down bathroom. Does the water go up? Screwed to the ceiling. Please do not try to pee upside down into the urinal. I don't think that will work out very well for you. Very interesting and eclectic place, but it's right in the center of town and there's a coffee shop here, so it's worth a stop by. And the 50,000 VND for the entry fee, which will produce unlimited selfies. This is just the coolest thing. It's 5:30 in the morning. The sun is barely about to break up over the horizon. And there are hundreds of people out here on the beach again. It's like the sunrise party, apparently. I've done this in Los Angeles, walked on the beach at the same hour, and I'm like the only one out there. It's me, maybe two homeless people, and the guy with the metal detector. Here, this is just like, it's going down in Vung Tau at 5:30 a.m. I woke up this morning at 4:30 and looked out my window down at the main beach boulevard to see a stream of motorbikes, cyclists, joggers, and walkers going by. They were already at it at 4:30 a.m. I've seen this also in Da Nang, where the entire community gets up before the break of dawn to do outdoor physical exercise. It's a really cool cultural thing. Probably the coolest thing that I've experienced here in Vung Tau. So to recap my trip, number one, it didn't cost me very much. To get here from Saigon, it was a $10 ferry ride and two $5 grab rides. So $20, $25 a night for my hotel right across the street from the beach. So for 3 days and 2 nights, a total of $80. Would I fly here from another country to visit Vung Tau? No. There are better beaches for that, namely Phu Quoc and Da Nang. Those are two places I've been to that are worthy of a trip from another country. This, however, is worth another trip from Saigon. I would probably do this again to get out of the city and away from the noise and the chaos for a few days. I would probably come back to Vung Tau. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe and stay tuned to more content from Southeast Asia.